All right. Test, test,
Test.
test, test.
In the world of vehicles, very interesting. I mean, it's really some of the news stories out there just they don't sound even real these days because they're so futuristic sounding, right?
Sure.
So the headline, this is an actual headline: Robo taxis are making enemies as they go around San Francisco. So the city of San Francisco is piloting. There are apparently hundreds right now of driverless cars that you can hail like a taxi service. So you go into like a Uber type app, right?
Okay.
You call up a ride, right? And a driverless vehicle will pick you up. You unlock the vehicle with the app of the company, right? You get in there, it gives you instructions, but it is a completely driverless experience. It has all kinds of sensors and things around the vehicle, and it takes you where you want to go. So there were some reporters from the New York Times that did experience this firsthand and went through it. And the one guy was kind of comparing it to like you have like he talking about his daughter. His daughter was a young teen driver, very cautious driver, almost overly cautious. He said it was that type of experience where it just stopped really early and it was really slow. And it said it got me where I wanted to go, but it was a slower experience. Unfortunately, too, there's been some accidents and traffic jams and things caused by these driverless vehicles. One killed a small dog recently, which caused a lot of concern.
What was more fucked up is that he did it with a hammer.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah, like a robotic foot. I don't know. Yeah, so just so it's causing a lot of debates in the city of San Francisco, and a lot of residents don't like the fact that there's these driverless vehicles going around. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't compute. It causes accidents sometimes. It causes traffic jams and all that. And of course, other people don't mind it and they're fine with it. They think it's a very unique experience and this and that and the other. So, would you be, here's now we're to our Ask the Idiot question here. I'm just interested in your take in general of driverless vehicles. Now, obviously, technology will continue to advance and get better, and all of that. They're talking about having driverless vehicles on the roads where you can actually buy, as a consumer, a driverless vehicle, perhaps someday. Like semi trucks, they're testing driverless semi trucks out there because obviously they don't get tired, they don't drink, whatever. So in some respects, people argue it could be safer than just a human driving around.
There's like a whole bunch of lot lizards that make a living bucking truck drivers and truck stops. I just think you shouldn't take away from that profession. I think it's just wrong.
Yeah, more automation taking jobs, Dean, potentially. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
is she just going to blow the fucking gear shift? Come on.
Maybe. But think about this driverless vehicles around town. So would you feel safe in these? Or you think, no. So what are your thoughts? Go ahead.
Not yet. I can't even. I fight with my fucking phone on a daily basis. And that's safe, comparative to like a multi-ton vehicle running around. I don't think the technology is quite where it needs to be to just put these vehicles on the road bouncing off of each other. And two, and the most important part of my argument here is it's not the robots I don't trust, it's the humans that have to pass them, right?
Yeah.
Humans, we have the, how many times do you go to an intersection and you go at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you go, okay, and you do a little wave thing. You go first, go ahead. Or he does it to you, you go first. You can't do that with a robot. You've got to be fucking precise on who got there first, because it might jump out in front of you.
Right.
And that's just one example. There's a lot of road examples that take human intuition and thought to manage. First of all, let's look at how fucking crazy it is in general that as a society, we just decided that we're going to take these multi-ton masses of steel and put them all over the road, and we can just go zip in and out, and all it takes is passing a test with some sleepy fat guy next to you going, "Good job, here's your license." That's all it takes. And then we trust that for the next 50 years.
That's right. Yeah.
It's ignorant.
That's right.
It's asinine, but we do it. You're making too much noise, Cat. It's asinine. So humans shouldn't even be behind the wheel. Now, if you take every car off the road or every person off the road driving and put all automated cars, I'm good on that. There's still room for error because technology has glitches and stuff like that. But in general, it would be safer. But to mix robots and humans, logic against intuition is not a good fit. Yeah.
Well said. I tend to agree with what you're saying. Yeah, it's like you say, from a human driving perspective, if you could be a very, good driver, and like I said, as we know, there's certain things.
I'm a good driver.
Well, there's certain things that you watch for, like you say. I mean, like you're at a four-way stop, let's say, like you said, and you could see somebody is clearly on their fucking phone or something like that. They're not paying attention.
You're watching for the little things.
Exactly. You see a ball, bounce across the street, then it's like, well, maybe there's a kid that's going to be following that ball in 2 seconds.
You're watching the ball bounce in like 2 yards over, and you're seeing it bounce, and you know that you're judging of like how long that ball's going to take. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I get computers could calculate that too, but as far as I know, as far as the shit computers that I have in my life, I don't trust it yet.
Right. No, you're right. That's a very good point. When you're blending the two, it's awful hard to blend the two. Like you said, it's something that's watching strictly for sensors and cameras and all that. It's just what's literally in front of it and around it versus the logic and the intuition. And like you said, somebody's going to inevitably get impatient, try to fly around a robotic car, and who knows what happens. So I don't know. So it's just something to be. And it's more people, I understand, in San Francisco are not as thrilled with the idea as they've seen traffic jams and some accidents and different things like that. So I don't know. I think it's going to continue to have some challenges to get off the ground in other major cities.
It's going to take a long time.
I guess I don't understand the benefit, really. I guess I don't really understand, like, what is the benefit to maybe for the companies that are maybe running these things, because you're not paying people, and these are electric cars too, so it's not like so you are cutting down on emissions and different things.
Sure,
so
which is good.
That part is good. I understand that too, but I don't know. It is strange too. The whole Uber experience is odd. If you're somewhere and you call a total stranger and get in a total stranger's car and just have them drive you somewhere in complete trust, you don't really hear a lot of things happening with that, fortunately. But I don't know. So, yeah.
Hi,
This is Millennial Nick, along with Gen X Brian and Zennial Dean. Hey, if you liked that video, which we really hope you did, you should like and subscribe. That would be great.